Yes, you're welcome to another enlightenment series with Waliullah. This time around, quickly, we observed that there is a need for us to discuss about it, and it's an aspect of safety data analysis. Many times in health and safety, we track many data. We track data of incidents, unsafe act, unsafe conditions, near misses. We track all these data, and apart from all these general ones, there are other leading indicators too that we also monitor. For example, one of them is our fire extinguishers. We always try as much as possible in our organizations to know when our fire extinguishers is going to expire. And there is a need for us to understand how to use safety data analysis, Excel specifically, to actually monitor our fire extinguisher instead of going through every day to look at the date where they're going to expire. There's need to maximize time with resources that is within our reach. So today's class is going to be how do you use the Excel? How do you populate using Excel, uh, the Excel sheet to actually monitor the expiry of your safety data? Yes, like I've said, it's very important that we monitor our performance too. And this particular tool can be used in various aspects. It's not only used in it's not only used for it's not only used to monitor expiry date of fire extinguisher. For example, if you carry out maintenance, you carry out scheduled maintenance, you can use it to monitor the date of your maintenance and when your maintenance has already elapsed and other things that you can do with your Excel. So I want you to go through. I would like you to go through this journey with me. It's not going to take much of our time. The first thing that you need to do is to populate your data. By now, I expect that you should have basic knowledge on how to use the Excel. This class is not to tell you how to populate data, how to formulate data, but basically every cell you can bring them to create a range that you want to create, and you title them. For example, you have the reference number here. Your file extinguishers should have a reference number. There should be it's part of your document. It's part of what you use for your document control. You should be able to tag all your file extinguishers to have a particular reference that is specific to a particular fire extinguisher. Then the sizes of your fire extinguisher, 3 kg, 6 kg, you apply. So you know that okay, this particular extinguisher in this particular location is 6 kg. The ones in this particular location is 3 kg, as the case may be. And the type of fire extinguisher that you are dealing with, you populate it. No matter the number of fire extinguishers that you have, you should be able to populate it along this premise. Then the locations, wherever they belong to, a reception, conference room. So at the end of the day, you will see that each particular reference number is talking about a particular fire extinguisher. Then what you now put next, all these ones too, is your date. But these are where I will start coming in. Now sometimes we put in date and it appears like an alphabet. You put in date but it's not operating as a date. I don't want to go into deeper details, but what we are basic thing is for you to understand firstly is that date is seen as a number in Excel. So for example, if I put 1 year, you can see that Excel is seeing it as a number because I've actually designed it to be a number. If I go to home now, I go to home tab and I go to general, it's going to see it as a number. And that is the first number in Excel, the 1st of January 1900. So if I put it in date format now, let me put it in short date, it's going to see it as a number. So all numbers used to align to the right. Like I said, this is not a full class for Excel. If you want to know more about about this, you can take our Excel health and safety Excel data analysis course that is on TechWatch Academy. But however, let us go to the basics. All lines all numbers should align to the right. And the reason why I'm saying this is that you can populate your number now and it's go to the left. And this is the reason. Most of our system is has been the date format is in US format. And in US format, we use the month comes first, the day follows, and the year. Month, day, year. So if I come here now and I put 4th of 420, which is 4 means April, 20 means 20th of April, 9, let's say 2025. 2025. So automatically it aligns to the right. But because the way let's say in this part of the world, Africa, Nigeria to be specific, we used to identify the day first before the month. So most times you see ourselves, we'll be putting 21st because that's how we were being taught is the UK format. But in US they have their month first, and you put 4 year. What happens? It aligns to the left because it's seeing it not as a number anymore. Because you understand that what you are writing is a date, but it's not seeing it as a date anymore. So it will align to the left for you to understand that this is not seen as a date. So when you put it in the left and you start imputing our formula and it's not working, you start wondering what is happening. So there are different ways. You can either go and reconfigure your system to your UK format, or you just ensure that you put it as date month first, then day follow, and the year, and what do you have is aligned to the right. So you must do this because I don't want you to start imputing this formula on your system and it's giving you error. So that is that. Then you impute the servicing date of your fire extinguisher. When did you service it? This date that was serviced, you put it there for all your fire extinguishers, and the due date. every fire extinguisher we have a due date. So you put the due date there. So once you have already done this, then the next thing is to now talk about how do you now monitor the fire extinguisher expiry, which is where we are going to today. Now, I've already put in the formula for you to use. Now, we have what we call the conditional statement. Conditional statement. Conditional statement means that you are giving that particular cell a particular instruction. Now, a day, every single day, your fire extinguisher is getting close to getting expired. So once it gets to that part, for example, if your fire extinguisher is to expire on the 20th, let's say on the 20th of today's date now, 20th of April 2025, when I'm making this video, let's say for your fire extinguisher is supposed to expire on the 20th of April 2025. Once it gets to this date, this today, it has expired. So any day after 20th of April 2025, your fire extinguisher has already expired. So you are giving that instruction that if, please, I'm talking to you, Excel, if the number of, that is the due date, if the due date is more than today's date, because every day you open the Excel sheet is going to use the date on that particular day. If the due date is greater than today's date, two statements. If it is greater than today's date, what should it do? It should make it as valid. That is to say that as far as it hasn't gotten to that particular date, it will not see it as valid. Let me come again. If today's date, for example, today is 21st of April 2025, 20th of April 2025, what we are telling Excel to do is that if that date on the due date, if it is greater than today's date, if it's higher than today's date, it means that that fire extinguisher is still valid. That fire extinguisher is still valid. Let's say, for example, now the fire extinguisher is supposed to expire in June 20th, 2025. The fire extinguisher is supposed to expire when? June 20th, 2025. So on that particular day, the fire extinguisher has not expired. It's still valid. The fire extinguisher has not what? Has not expired. So you are giving that instruction that if the due date is greater, the day that fire extinguisher is supposed to be due is greater than the day, than today, than any day that you open your system, you open that Excel sheet. If that day is greater, if the due date is greater, then you should put valid. Otherwise, you should put expired or any other instruction that you want it to put. So what will you do? Let us go to the cell. Let us clear it. Let me also clear this place too. Now, what you do, Excel has instruction that it gives. It has been computerized that way. So there are formula in Excel. So you are trying to initiate most of the formula that you use in Excel. They are already inscribed or they are already programmed inside it. So the first thing that you want to do, you want to initiate a formula, is to put equal sign. Equal sign if. Now it's going to tell you, it's going to show you if, you can see, if what? If this particular cell, which is the due date, G6, that cell is G6, the intersection between your row and your column is your cell. If G6, that particular cell, is what? If G6 is greater, where's your greater sign? I'm looking for my greater sign. If G6 is greater than what? Today, you can see, today, you close the bracket, you close it. You must close it. If it's greater than today, you must ensure that you close that today, you close that bracket. If it's greater than today, that is today, what will it do? What should it input there? Now, because you want to input something different from a formula, you want to input a value, you must put that value in column. If it is still there, if it's greater than today, meaning that what it means is that that particular extinguisher is still valid. You can put anything. I can decide to put thumbs up. Anything, you can put valid or whatever, thumbs up. Ensure that you write it together so that it will misinterpret it. Let me close it. Thumbs up. Otherwise, if it is lesser, the otherwise means that if it's lesser, what should it write? You can put danger or anything. Danger. Danger. Then you can close it or not, whatever you feel like. What happens? It wrote thumbs up. Now, why is writing thumbs up? Because this file extinguisher is going to expire on the 8th of on the 21st of 8. 8 is when? June, July, August. On the 21st of August. So it is still valid. Now, this one to look at, this one is going to expire on the 22nd of April, which is in 2 days time. Is still valid. Now, this one has expired on the 18th. The third one has expired on the 18th of April, which is 2 days ago. What happens when I put it there? When I drag it down, because you don't need to repeat the formula, you just drag it down. When I drag it down, you can see it wrote danger. So once I come to this base, to this edge here, just drag it down. It's going to automatically fill itself. Thumbs up, danger. Thumbs up, danger. Thumbs up, danger. Now that is about how to do that. Just look at the formula. If it's already programmed in your system, click on it, put in your bracket. If G8 is the cell where it is present, the first cell. If G6, okay, is it G6 or G8? Okay, the first one that I use, you can use anywhere. G6 is greater than today. That is today's date, the day that you want to open the system. Because if you open the system next year, on a particular day, it will assume that particular day. It doesn't mean that the day that you are setting this program or this instruction, any day you open it, it will be seen that particular day as today. So once you open that system, it's going to automatically compute itself. So it means that on the 8th, on the 21st of, on the 21st of, on the 22nd of August, on the 22nd of August, this thing is going to change. 2025 is going to change, because by that time it will have expired. So it's going to change to danger. So now the next thing that I want to take you through, which I should have done in another video, but I want to take you through in this video, is now how do you now know the amount of days left, maybe days left, month left, or the likes. Now, this is what you will do. Quickly, there's an instruction called date diff. Date diff means that date difference. Date difference. It's an instruction. Though when you put it on Excel, it doesn't pop up, but it is there. Date if. That is date diff. Date diff. Date difference. Now you now select the difference between those days. Now which date are we looking at? The day is going to expire, and the due date, which is the expiry date, and that particular today. So any day that the system is open is that particular start date. Then end date is going to expire is that particular due date. So how will you do this instruction? The same way I have told you. You put in your equal sign. Then you input. Now, like I said, Excel did not. I don't know why they didn't put it there, but it's an instruction. Date diff. Then your bracket. The start date is today. Today. Like I said, put it in bracket. Sorry, in bracket. Today, comma, which is that start date, and what? The due date, which is G6. Then comma. That's why I've written the instructions for you here to follow. You can always go back to it. Then you now write the format. Should you show it in day, in month, or in year? Let us use month. So, and like I said, if you want to put a particular a value, you must put it in full column, so I don't go and misunderstand it. So in the format, M means month, D means day, Y means year. So if you put it in M, which means that it's going to see it in months, then you close the bracket and you put enter. You can see it's telling us 4, which means 4 months. If I want to change it to day, I'll just change this M. I'll change it to day. It's going to what? To do it in day. So 123 days to go. It's going to expire. By the time I drag it down, it's going to put their days that is going to expire, that are going to expire. The file is going to expire. Now you observe that some of them is writing a num. The reason is that they have already expired. So number error. They have already expired. So why should they calculate number of days left? Because they have already expired. But you don't want to present this thing. You want to see these things. So what you now do, quickly, I don't want this video to go more than this length. What you now do is that in front of it, you now put if error. That's what we call if error. So you can write if error, if error, if there's error, In what? If there is error in this thing that we are talking about now, because we are now bringing another bracket into it. Where is the bracket sign? If there is error in this particular formula, what should you do? What value should they put? What do you want the system should put? Like I said, you must put in it in the column. You can write already expired. Already expired. I hope it works. I'm formulating this. Already expired. If it doesn't work, we'll try it again and do something else. Okay, it's not working. Let me see. Let me remove the space between the already expired and see. Okay, that's not the issue. So now let us look at where the issue is. Do I need to remove the bracket? Okay, that's not the issue. Let us see where the issue is coming from. Where is the? Let me return this. Let me return this. Not typing to type a formula. Okay, let me see. Maybe I don't need to put that particular bracket in it. Okay, so I don't need to put that particular bracket. So let's go back to the formula. Let's go back to the formula. So if error into bracket, I don't need to. I was thinking because there's a formula already inside, so they need to put another bracket for the bigger instruction, but there's no need for that. So if error in this particular formula, which is already in the system, what should you do? You should help me to write already expired. Already expired. So it's going to put it there as already expired. So anytime there's an error, it's going to put it as already expired. So I can return that to every formula. So that anytime there's an error, it writes, let me go back, Ctrl Z. This particular one, let me use it to fill it. Let me highlight all through. If error, then let me take it down. You can see. So anytime an execution has already expired, it's going to put already expired, already expired. So if there's error in my formula, which formula? This formula that I initially used here, that is date difference between the today's date, that is any day that you open the system, and G6, the due date. You should put it in days. If I want you to put it in months, I'll just put M and I'll put it there. Once I drag down, some of them will not show in month because they're not up to a month. It's writing 0 because it's not up to a month. But if I put it in days, it's going to show because it just remains some days. The reason why it's showing this is because there's inconsistency in the formula. The formula is different, so it's only telling you so that you understand that there are differences in the formula. So automatically it pop up. So you know that this execution has 10 days left, 32 days left, and the likes. Thank you all for showing up. If you want to know more about this, you can go to, and some other things, that so many things that you will learn. Just go to our techsafetycourses.com, select health and safety analysis course, and this is already embedded in it, and you're going to learn a lot. Thank you, and God bless you.